Welcome to Get It Straight from the Source with your host, Patti Intoranat. Patti is intuitive and will utilize her gift of clairaudience to help you by bridging to the universal truth. Her soul coaching method can help you live an authentic and joyful life. So now, please welcome the host of Get It Straight from the Source, Patti Intoranat.
Hello to all the wonderful listeners out there. Welcome, everyone. We are coming to you live from BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. This is your host, Patti Intoranat. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source. We have another amazing show to present to you this time. And today we will be speaking about the art and science of meditation. Do you meditate daily? If not, would you like to give it a try? Or if you already do so, you may want to make it your priority after hearing all these facts from the scientific point of view and learn about the art of meditation that I will present to you today. So let me show you why I believe it is important and that you would put meditation into your daily practice. If you have not already done so, meditation is free and you can practice it at any time and anywhere while you are sitting, standing, walking, or doing something, anything. There are so many ways to meditate and there is no right or wrong way to do it. I believe that each method serves the same purpose. And that is to turn us away from our busy, shattering mind. The busy mind that has a habit of thinking all the time. And it thinks it knows everything too. I wish to show you a few different ways to meditate. All of them have been working well for me, and I truly appreciate the simplicity of this practice as well. My intention is to help you, the wonderful listeners, find this treasure inside of you, and I wish to help you become more aware of its benefits. Meditation is a natural and an organic process that has unlimited benefits to us. It also plays an important role in bridging us to our higher wisdom. Meditation helps us connect to the collective universal consciousness that is so wise. Let's get started with that information now, shall we? First, I would like to bring in the science behind meditation, and I want to make it simple for you. I believe it is important to have a good understanding of how it works and why it works. And with my own experiences, I know for sure that it does work. Now, let's get into the very basic part of it in science, okay? There is a scientific explanation of this, and we are going to start with the 4 levels of consciousness: beta, alpha, theta, and delta. We go in and out these 4 levels every single day, at least twice a day. We go from beta, the waking moment, to alpha, the first altered state of consciousness, to theta, the deeper level of consciousness, and to delta, the sleep mode, when we fall asleep every day, and we wake up from delta to theta to alpha and back to beta as we awaken each day. And believe it or not, we also go in and out between beta and alpha every 60 seconds, and I'm not even aware of it. Let's talk about beta now. Beta is the alert, conscious level of the mind. We are in beta while we are in our conscious thought, logical thinking, critical thinking, writing, reading, socializing. This is the intellect, and we learn intellectually from the left side of this brain. We may call it ego. It thinks a lot, and of course, it thinks it knows everything. It is the use of the left brain that is always too busy thinking. And guess what? If thoughts are negative and it becomes a habit of thinking negative thoughts? Can you imagine how those thoughts could affect us? The stress hormone that our body will produce each time from the thought that our hearts accept, which is negative. Some of us may do that as a habit too. It is like playing a broken record non-stop. It can't be good, can it? Okay, let's get into the alpha level of consciousness now. At this frequency level, it bridges the gap between our conscious thinking and subconscious mind. It helps us be calm and promotes feeling of deep relaxation. We are in this alpha state of the mind during meditation, listening to music, reading good books, daydreaming, spending time in nature. Alpha brainwaves are slower than beta brainwaves. And what is so amazing about that is that we are making the connection with our right brain through the pineal gland. And when we make this connection, the pineal gland actively produces more melatonin, serotonin, and as we are being restful, we get to activate more use of the right brain. This side of the brain is our genius side, the spiritual side, the side that has so much more wisdom. This is the level of consciousness that I will keep referring back to when I talk about meditation. This is the first altered state of consciousness, a deeper level than an alpha is theta. Theta brainwaves are even slower than alpha. And this is when we are in a very deep state, connecting with real experiences at a deeper level of consciousness. If we can tap into theta level of consciousness during meditation, phenomenal experiences can be brought forth to us at a very deep knowledge. How about delta level of consciousness? This is the slowest brain waves. It is the deepest level of relaxation and restorative healing sleep. This is a sleep mode that helps us feel completely rejuvenated after we had a good night's sleep. It is important to talk more about the alpha level though, because as I mentioned to you earlier, that this is the time when the connection between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is taking place. As the wave in the brain slows down during the meditation, we are tapping into the pineal gland. At this point, the pineal gland activates the use of the collective consciousness in the right side of the brain that is filled with wisdom. This is our genius side, the spiritual, peaceful side, the side that filled with love, peace, harmony, and wisdom. We're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, I want to explain to you the difference between the left and the right brain and how they operate. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. This is Patti Intoranat, your host. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is your host, Patti Intoranat. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Before the break, we were talking about the alpha wave, the wave that's slow during the meditation, the wave that we get to activate the pineal gland and be connected with our collective consciousness in the right side of the brain. This is the wisdom side. It's so much love, peace, harmony, wisdom, joy, compassion. It is the alpha brain wave that's so opposite from the beta, because beta is in the left brain. It's so opposite. It keeps thinking a lot, and it thinks it knows everything. So now I'm going to explain to you the difference between the left and the right brain and how they operate. Our mind is in the brain, and the brain has two sides, the left and the right. Left brain is the intellect. We use this side of the brain to reason logically. It operates at the lower level of consciousness. It is the ego functioning of the brain. It thinks a lot. I repeat this many times. It thinks a lot, and it thinks it knows everything, right? When it doesn't know, it gets frustrated and angry. Fear of the unknown, worry about what if and what if not. So, this left brain needs to rest. It needs to have less action. It is not a good leader at all, and we don't want to allow it to lead us. And the beauty is we can definitely do something about it. I'm going to show you how to do it in a little bit. So let's talk about the other half of the brain first. This is the right side of the brain, the intelligence side of the brain, the collective version of the subconscious, superconscious, and supreme consciousness of self. So, since intelligence is knowledge, and knowledge is wisdom, and wisdom is the common sense, the sense that is not very common at all because few people have it. The right side of the brain operates at the higher level of consciousness with loving thoughts, kindness, compassion, joy, peace, harmony, and all the good feelings. It is much more pleasant for the mind to be setting in. And all is available to us when we tap into it. So, are you ready to learn more about the function of our left and right brain now? Well, imagine that we have a habit of the left brain being more active than the right, and how much power is being given to it, which we can call it the ego. How easily the ego gets frustrated, angry, and becomes unkind to anyone, including to self. It is very draining and unproductive. We will end up making many decisions under the influence of the ego. Can you see what I'm showing you now? We need to have more control over the left side of the brain. You agree with me, right? Well, let's imagine now that we are ready to do something about it. We are ready to get more use of the right brain. So the leadership of the brain can come from the loving heart that is kind and caring and loving. Well, we can do it by simply finding the time to meditate daily. Just simply include meditation into our daily life. Even a few minutes a day is still better than not doing it at all. We get to activate more use of the wisdom, and of course, it will add up. More dosages of the wisdom every day will keep shattering mind away. Perhaps we could think less and become more aware to not waste any energy to think the thoughts that create disharmony. We can live life more productively with an awareness of our thought process and utilize our free will choosing happier thoughts, right? Having a better relationship with everyone, become more energized, activating the right brain will bring out our ability to be more aware of the thinking process. And if we don't like that thought, we can just change it within 3 seconds. Try it, and you'll be amazed how easy and effective it is. we will be able to make changes that are more complementary to us and more supportive to us. Just activating the use of our right side of the brain, it is already there and always available. And these are the pure, intuitive thoughts that do not need filtering at all. We will become more aware of our thoughts as the wisdom arises. It is very essential to have the awareness of the thoughts because thoughts become words, words become actions, actions become the characters, and we are what we believe. As we believe, we become. We may not be aware of that social standards, environment, upbringing, and life experiences may have been programmed into our belief system. These belief systems may cause more harm than good to us because we will be living under the rules of others that set up limitation. We may feel we are being judged and become fearful of rejection. Living life under fear and judgment will create thoughts that often are negative. As we keep thinking negative thoughts and our hearts accept them, they become negative emotions. And when the negative emotions are accumulated, they become our baggage. We carry this emotional baggage and drag them into every relationship that we come across. What would happen to us if we keep holding on to those baggage? Well, it will interfere with any relationship we have, right? And when we hold on to the belief system that is not supporting us well, it will feel like we are being dragged down and not able to function at best. It is so much harder not to be happy and loving, so much easier just to love, to have joy in life. Otherwise, we might not have enough energy to put into anything that we do. And we can't give our best to anyone because we have less to give. So when the belief system is misaligned, the thought process will be negative and becomes destructive to self. I'm sure you agree with me. I'm sure many of us have experience with that, and we're just not aware of what to do with it. Well, meditation can help you releasing all of those. So, when we practice meditation, we can start tapping into the collective, powerful side of that brain. And when we activate more use of it, we will have more wisdom. We will be very calm, having the inner peace. We will be much more balanced. And this is when we become more and more aware of our thoughts. We will have the awareness to catch the thought that we do not like. And yes, it takes only 3 seconds to make changes for our thoughts to become more positive. We're going to come back to talk more about those 3 seconds, making change the way we could stop thinking the negative thought and change it to be positive. This is your host, Patti Intoranat. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. We'll be right back, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. I am your host, Patti Intoranat. Before the break, we were talking about the belief system that we may end up holding on to that not supporting us well. And it will make us feel like being dragged down and not able to function well. And instead, if we choose to practice meditation, we can start tapping into the loving self, the powerful side of the brain that will bring out our wisdom, help us to be more calm, having that inner peace that we need. So we need to be more aware of our thoughts. And it takes only 3 seconds to make that changes for our thoughts to be more positive. Within those 3 seconds of having an awareness of the thoughts can make a huge difference in how we live our lives in coexisting with others. It affects every relationship that we come across. Kindness and compassion are needed in every relationship. They are integral parts to every love affair, whether in a couple, family, friends, or siblings, or with anyone, with anything. The benefits are limitless. For some of the examples that you may already know, but it is worth reminding, and these are the stress reduction. Relaxing our nervous system can help us calm the nerves and have less muscle tension, which will help relieve pain. And believe it or not, it also helps with PMS, decreasing mood swing as well. We will have restful sleep, so we need to sleep a lot less, but still have more energy and even help losing weight. Improving your workout, the immunity will be increased as it boosts melatonin, serotonin, and endorphins. As our immune system becomes strengthened, we will have super antioxidant preventing illness or helping with a faster healing for us as well. How about lower blood pressure, lower respiratory rate, better breathing, better circulation, having more patience indeed. We all can use that. Having a peace of mind, we all can use that too. This will definitely slow down aging, which lead to longevity. Sounds pretty awesome, right? It will also increase brain development, having a willpower to beat addiction of any kind. Increased memory, boosting self-confidence, increased creativity, which helps the whole brain synchronization and leads to the higher IQ potential. It is the wisdom that I was talking about earlier. When wisdom arises, it will increase a deep spiritual relaxation, and it will lead to having greater introspection that leads to having more empathy from having a better perspective. There will be a change in attitude, and that will enhance the ability to let go and to forgive. The ability to let go and to forgive is something that I feel that lots of people have a hard time doing. But when we decide to do that, we get to set ourselves free. Free from any burden of carrying baggage that weighs more every single day. So, when we are able to let go, the negative thoughts that we do not need, we get to navigate through life a whole lot lighter. And when we forgive, we are not doing it for others as much as we are doing it for ourselves. It is to set ourselves free. Free from all the burdens. And just be free. Who wouldn't want that, right? Right now, I'm thinking about the story that I'm sure most of you have heard about. It is about the recent event that happened last month from my home country in Thailand, about the 12 young soccer players and their coach, how they escaped unharmed. I would like to bring this attention as to demonstrate how meditation plays a very important role in this. We will be right back after this short break and we'll talk more about this. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. This is your host, Patti Intoranat. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. I am your host, Patti Intoranat. Before the break, we were talking about the stories of the young soccer players and their coach that happened in Thailand recently. They were trapped 2.5 miles inside a cave for many days. This incredible situation received attention from people all over the world. The media all over the globe covered the story 24/7. We all had the same intention, and that intention was to find them and find them alive. We were not sure if that would be the case. This became a focus of people worldwide. Different experts from everywhere wanted to do what they could do and to help with their experience, with their expertise. 90 divers from 22 countries got involved. 10 of thousands of people with different expertise pulled together as one unit. This event really made an impact on humanity and demonstrated the beauty of the cooperation within mankind that brought out the best in one another. I would like to also bring to our attention using this event as an example to our subject of meditation and to show you how much meditation benefited those 13 people in caves. The coach was able to handle the situation amazingly well. He utilized meditation skill he learned during his childhood while being raised in Buddhist monks in the monastery. He taught the boys meditation technique that obviously helped them to endure this life-threatening crisis. As the boys meditated, they were able to stay calm, and that allowed them to conserve their energy, which would be needed to sustain them for the deprivation during the long confinement. Meditation lessened their fear from being trapped in the pitch dark environment, and that prevented them from panicking. They had no food, and they could only drink cave water to survive. So meditation was also very helpful, controlling their hunger as well. The coach helped them get through this crisis with what he knew, and what he knew happened to be the most valuable knowledge that one could have. From my own personal experience with Vipassana meditation, I can relate to how the coach was successfully assisting them with his skill, helping them learn how to tap into the altered state of consciousness and have the ultimate control that was needed during this major crisis. The goal was to locate these 12 boys and their coach. Thousands of people become involved from all over the world. Everybody focused on the one goal and united as one during that time. They weren't even sure that the soccer team and their coach would be alive when they found them. All the 13 people had the strength that was needed, though, to overcome their desperation in this situation, and they survived and backed out of the cave. So the mission impossible was possible for the first time in human history. This demonstrates a team working effort and led to success. Every team put everything they had into searching and then rescuing. But the boys and their coach, if they could not cooperate by handling the major rescue crisis with flow, we can't imagine how the process of getting out would have turned out. So imagine how difficult the situation was, even for the highly skilled divers, to dive through those treacherous conditions. The boys had no skills. Some couldn't even swim, and they could only receive basic training from the diver team. What the boys needed to do was to stay calm the entire time. And they had to stay under the water and trust the process. Let's be realistic. If they did not have a chance to learn meditation, practice calmness during those 9 days in a dark cave with their coach, would they be able to handle it as well as they did? One wrong move could end up with a bigger crisis. Good thing that there was a combination of meditation skills and anti-anxiety drugs that helped them exit out of the cave for the rescue to be successful. And boy, they all were heroes. I take my hat off and I bow to all that involved. This story is a very good example of how meditation can help with the control of the state of mind in any situation. This time it kept them alive and well, didn't it? Well, have you been inspired to meditate more now? I believe that you will. I like to tell people that there are 3 important things we need to do daily, and it is essential to set it up as our priority. They are meditation, meditation, and meditation. Well, you get the picture. You know, like the 3 important things in real estate: location, location, and location. Same thing, right? Okay, let me get into how to do it now. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, there are many different ways to meditate. It is like many flavors of ice cream. When you find the one that you enjoy the most, you may have a craving and want to eat it more often. Meditation can be like that. When we find the natural way of doing it, it would take no effort. Being is the state of mind, and it is everything we need to put into just be. Be in the flow with our body and mind. Be in the state of peace and harmony. Make it feel like you are enjoying your ice cream and always look forward to have more of it. How do we do that? Well, I would like to show you the easiest way. Are you ready? All right. You can use this technique whether you are already a meditator or a newbie. You can give this a try every morning and every night with simplicity. And when we come back after a short break, I will show you how. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. This is your host, Patti Intoranat. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I am your host, Patti Intoranat. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Before the break, I told you that I wanted to show you the easiest way to meditate. As I described earlier about the 4 levels of consciousness, let's get the point to really understand this. This is so simple. We go from beta to alpha to theta and to delta to sleep. And we wake up from delta to theta to alpha and to beta to be awake every day, right? So when we wake up in the morning, we wake up from delta to theta and to alpha, but not yet to beta. Our body is still in a very relaxed state, right? Okay. While we are still at this alpha level of consciousness, we can allow ourselves some extra time to stay in bed for a little bit longer. Well, some of you already like the idea, right? We are still in that meditative level in the alpha state of consciousness, we haven't gotten into our daily routine in the morning, moving back into the beta level yet. It is the me time that we deserve. Starting your day, giving this gift to yourself, being in a restful state of mind, practicing mindfulness before you start your day. It is an awesome way to start your day with peace and harmony and feeling more centered. This way definitely will help you become more equipped with any surprises that life may throw at you. Metaphorically, it is like preparing to make a pot of soup. You want to select your ingredients carefully. It is your soup, so make a good one. Okay, now let's do it. Well, here's how. First, place your hands on your heart as your eyes are closed and start taking a few deep breaths. Imagine that it is almost like you are breathing through your heart. You are getting in touch with your heart now. And now, go ahead, place your focus within. Look within and start listening to your frequency inside yourself. If you can hear the sound of the frequency in your brain between the ears, just focus on that sound and allow your breath to slow down, breathing gently in and out, meaning that you breathe deeper and slower. At this point, I like to slightly open my mouth because that would help me breathe even easier. Start thinking no thought. It is a very important key to think no thoughts. Just be in silent mode and just enjoy listening to the frequency of your inner self and enjoy the relaxation feeling that good feeling, and take the time to enjoy the rhythm of the slow breathing that brings to you. And next, listen to your heartbeat and follow the same rhythm. When you get in touch with your own heart, you are in more flow and are more connected with your true selves, the higher self within you. Just listen to your frequency and your heartbeat. Relax and just be. When the body relaxes, the mind relaxes. It is as easy as that. And you know what? It is free. And also, meditate at the end of the day as well, because you are already comfortable in bed. Your breath naturally slowing down, and you are ready to snooze off, right? You are getting ready to go from beta to alpha to theta before you get into this delta state in a deep sleep. So, mindfully enjoy the relaxing feeling of your body and allow your mind to relax as well. Feel yourself and start releasing tension in your muscle. Slowly letting go of your tension with every breath. Listen to the sound of the frequency within you and sinking to alpha, to theta, and naturally into delta. This way, you will be able to release stress and prepare the body to get a restful night's sleep. You will wake up fresh, having a good feeling in the morning. And guess what? You never have to stop having these good feelings because you can enjoy practicing meditation before you get out of bed again the next morning. Is this simple enough for you? I know, right? It works for me too. By the way, some of you may not hear this frequency right away, and this is fine too. Just practice focusing on your breathing. This will already do much good for you. We will go on a short break, and when we come back, I will talk more about the meditation. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source. This is Patti, Intoranat, your host, live on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our last segment. You are listening to Get It Straight from the Source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. I am your host, Patti Intoranat. Before the break, we were talking about meditation, and I want to tell you a little bit more about the simplicity of meditation. Meditation is about being, not about doing. Remember to make it simple and just let it flow. Now you can slowly add meditation into your daily routine, and that is so cool. Once you get into this routine and are able to enjoy it, you will look forward to be in that state of mind more often. Now it is the time to add more practice, more beingness. The fact is that you can meditate at any time, anywhere, at any given moment. Again, it is free. You can practice being mindful, observing your breath as you are breathing in and out, deepening and slowing the breath down as you are doing your chores, taking a bath, a shower, a walk, or just sit, have your restful moments during the day and between break. And when waiting in line for anything, you can even meditate, go within at that time. Just be creative with it. As you are focusing within, you can go inward to listen to your frequency instead of thinking thoughts. Voila! You will become more in the flow with the universe and start making connection with your right brain that has so much wisdom. You will notice your ability to make better decisions and greater ones too. You will feel wiser for sure. You will have better sleep pattern, which leads to a good health and longevity. Anyway, wiser is different than smarter in the way that wiser has common sense from wisdom, that you naturally know something. But smarter is when you learn something intellectually to gain the knowledge from other human beings. I come across many people that are very smart but do not have common sense at all. Common sense is a sense that is not very common. Very few people have it because they may not have the practice that will help them tap into it. So being smart and having wisdom can take us in life very far and very fun. Once we get to claim our wisdom, who would want to give it up, right? So this is another important reason why we need to practice meditation in our daily life. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. This beautiful connection with our best self is too precious to let it go. Do you agree? Do you want to have joy in your life? Are you willing to make changes that will bring you joy? If so, start meditation regularly. Create a beautiful garden in your heart and your mind and nurture it with love, with peace, with harmony, and great joy. It is your personal sanctuary that is yours forever. Meditation is like weeding the garden. You get to weed out any unwanted weeds that decrease the beauty of your garden. You need to do it regularly and water it with kindness and compassion. Your inner garden is worth caring for. You are worth caring for. Give that gift to yourselves. and thank yourself for being a good receiver as well. I have a 5 minutes daily guided meditation YouTube that I posted on my website. Make sure to check it out and try it, okay? That website is www.hypnosisphenomenon.com. Enjoy it, and remember to just be in joy, be in peace, be in harmony. Next week we have Ryan Forbes. For the guest, he will share his story about how he phenomenally overcome Lyme disease and chronic fatigue. You don't want to miss that. So make sure you tune in to get it straight from the source on BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio next Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Patti Intoranat. For now, namaste. So much love.
This has been Get It Straight from the Source with your host, Patti Intoranat. Join Patti each week and learn to listen to your inner guidance for real and positive change. Right here on Get It Straight from the Heart with Patti Intoranat.